All right, so guys, this is number 4 out of 6.3, and it says in a survey of 2,326 adults in a recent year, 1,491 say they have made a New Year's resolution. Okay, so it says construct 90% and 95% confidence intervals for the population proportion, interpret the results, and compare the widths of the confidence intervals. Okay, so we know our total is 2326, and the ones that made the New Year's resolution, so I'm going to call it NYR, is 1491, right? And so let's take a look here. I'm going to get my calculator, clear this out. I'm going to go second. Oops, not second. I'm sorry. I'm going to go stat. I'm going to go to tests. And we're using a 1 proportion Z interval test. This is going to be my choice A. It's kind of down here towards the bottom. Okay, so my X in this case is the people that made the resolution, which is 1491. So I'm going to type in 1491. My N was the 2326. I think that was the number that we had. Double check, yes, 2326. And for the first part C, for the confidence interval, we're going to go with a 90% confidence interval. So right here, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to change that to a 0.90. Okay. Okay, so now I have both my lower and my upper limits, right? So 0.625 and 0.657. 0.625, 0.57, 0.625, and 0.657. I'm going to 3 decimal places here because that is what it's telling me. So I'll tell you what, let's enter those numbers in here. So we said, let's see, 0.625, and the other one was 0.657, and excelente. Okay, now we're going to do exactly the same thing, guys, but for 95% confidence interval, okay? So this part here, same exact thing. I'm not actually going to change a whole lot of anything in this part of the problem other than my confidence interval, right? My C here is 0.95. So again, my X is that 1491, and my N is the 2326, okay? So look, when I come back to my calculator, everything is going to stay the same. The only thing I'm going to do slightly different is my confidence level. Instead of 0.90, 0.95, easy breezy cover girl. And then if I want to change those values, guys, like my lower and upper limits, I'm just going to move the arrow. So I'm coming up with 0.622 and 0.661. So 0.622 and 0.661. Still going to 3 decimal places. Here, 0.622. And the other one is 0.661. We're going to go chickadee check. Excellent. Okay, so now it's telling me with the given confidence, it can be said that the sample proportion or the population proportion, we're always looking at my population proportion, right, is, I'm going to click here, between the endpoints, right? It's always going to be in the middle of those values, okay? So I'm going to go chickadee check, and well done, and we got it. Okay, now the fourth part of the question says, which one is wider? Okay, which one is wider? So guys, if you notice here, I'm going to take a screenshot, okay? And I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to upload that picture so we can see what it is we're referring to. Okay, it's asking me which one is wider. So I'm going to draw a number line, okay? And the first one I'm going to put is this one here. I'm going to do this one here in red. So here is my 0.625. And here is my 0.657, okay? Let me get rid of this little red mark. Okay, now I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to do the next one in green. Okay, so I'm going to do these guys in green. So I want you to notice, look where 6.22 would be. 6.22, it's not much wider, but it is wider than 625, right? It's further to the left, I should say. And the same thing with 0.661, right? So 0.661 is further to the right, okay? So this is my, let's see, this one here is my 90%, and this one over here is my 95%. So you can see that my 95% confidence interval is going to be wider, right? Because it's kind of bigger than the one in the red, right? So when I come back to my picture or my problem over here, we're going to say the 95% is wider. Guys, just a heads up, anytime you're dealing with a bigger percentage, it's always going to be the wider one, okay? And I'm going to go chickadee check before riggedy wreck. Yeah, I said that, guys. Okay. And there's my answer, okay? Hope this helps. If you got any questions, just let me know.